Hi everybody, welcome to Stamping with Melva. I'm Melva Peters and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Canada. And today I want to show you a card that I made using one of the new product suites from the upcoming mini catalog that goes live August 2nd. It features a product collection called Gingerbread and Peppermint, and it is just so adorable. You're going to love this. If you love to bake or make gingerbread houses, or you just want just an adorable stamp set and bundle for Christmas, this is the one for you. So I created this card for the Canada Inks Up blog post today, and wanted to show you how quick and easy it really was to make. If it's the first time you've joined me on YouTube, welcome and thank you for joining me. And if you've returned to watch another video, thank you so much for coming back. In either case, I hope you'll take the time to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Okay, so let's get started on making this really cute card. Let me just switch over. Okay, so here's the card that I shared as part of the Canada Inks Up blog hop today. I just love the fact that you can cut out shapes. So the bundle has a stamp set as well as dies that cut out a bauble, a bell, and a snowflake. And on this one, I've used the bells. And I've also combined it with these scallop contour dies to cut out the designer series paper. And the other part of this product collection is craft paper. Stampin' Up! Used to have craft paper and it's been gone for a while. And I love that they've brought it back to go with this product suite. Okay, so let me show you a couple of the things from the product suite. So this is the frosted gingerbread stamp set and then the gingerbread dies. So you can see these great stamped images as well as the sentiments and then all of these dies, and that's really what I've used. I've used a sentiment from the stamp set. Oh, and these little candies as background. But I've cut out the solid shape of the bell and then this really detailed patterned part of the bell. Okay, so let me bring in my supplies. We're going to start with a piece of thick basic white cardstock. This is cut 5.5 by 8.5 and it's folded in half or scored at 4 1/4 to form your card base. Now, all of the written instructions, measurements will be on my blog, and the link to my blog will be underneath this video. So again, this is 5.5 by 8.5 and it's folded in half to create your card base. Now I've got a piece of the designer series paper here. Isn't this great paper? Real red with all these great images. Now I'm just going to trim this because I've only got my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine here. So I want to cut this to a size that will go through. Hopefully I did that. No, I didn't. Oh dear. Okay, well, we'll try that again. Trim it. Should have cut it before, but okay, that'll go in. So now I've got, these are the scallop contour dies, and we're going to use the second largest die to cut out this shape from this designer series paper. Put down on there. And then through my machine. Try not to, oof, my camera has definitely moved. I don't know what's going on. Okay. Oh, there we go. All right, so that's the piece, the scallop rectangle that for that piece. And then we're going to cut out using the third largest die. We're going to cut out a piece, and I'm going to have to trim this. Maybe I'll quickly use my paper trimmer. Probably would be a better plan to do that with. Okay, so now we've got that and the second largest or third largest die. And we'll cut this piece, get it going through. There we go. Okay, so that's that. I wonder, now I want to also cut out, so on my card you can see I did one bell in real red and one in craft, and then the detail in the opposites. So let me get those dies. Let's see if I have enough. Okay. Trim this off so I can cut more than one piece at a time. All right, so, and now I need a piece of real red that I'm going to have to trim. Okay, so there's that, so I can cut my solid red and my detailed craft. There we go. That's that. That's that. Oops. Okay, and now I need put this back in. So I need the detailed real red and the solid bell. I've got enough in there. Oops, my bell shifted. There we go. Let's try and hold that in place so it doesn't shift. There we go. Trying to hold it down with one hand isn't working. There we go. Okay, now I think I've got everything I need cut. Put this off to the side. There's that die. There's my take your pick tool to get this out. And these all need to be poked out. Take your pick tool is perfect for poking all these little pieces out of the die. I saw somebody post a card recently where they used all of the pieces. It wasn't from not these little tiny pieces, but another one where you got bigger pieces, and they used all of them to create a great background. They just adhered them all over the background of a card. It was such a clever idea to use up all of these, the pieces that you punch out or poke out of these shapes. Okay. These ones come out pretty easily, so that's great. Okay, there we go. There's that. Get all my little pieces off. Okay, my dies back, right, so I don't lose them. Okay, so now, like I said, I used, oops, little pieces still stuck to the back of this. Come on, there we go. That and like that. Okay, so now I've got Versamark, and I'm going to stamp. So there are these tiny, tiny little candies that I'm just going to take and stamp using Versamark. And you're not going to see them very well. There, just to give it a bit of a interest on the background. You could use crumb cake if you wanted to. You could even use real red to create a bit of a background. And just, this is going to be quite subtle. There we go. That's that. Now, so I'm going to take and adhere. Find my dimensionals. Here they are. All right, so we're going to use the dimensionals to adhere this piece to the designer series paper. Like that, and then dimensionals to adhere this to the card base. You can never use too many dimensionals. I like to have lots of dimension to my cards. All right, so let's make sure I get this going on the right way. Wouldn't be the first time that I put it going on the wrong way. There we go. Now I'm going to use, bring in my silicone mat, I'm going to use multi-purpose adhesive glue. You could use a silicone, or not silicone, the adhesive sheets to adhere this on. You would have had to put that on before you cut it out. But I'm just going to use just a little bit. I brought over my silicone mat to use it so I didn't get it all over the grid paper and then didn't. Here we go, let's put some. All right, I'm just going to use a little bit, and this one will go on to the red. And then I've got my red detail that will go on to the craft. There we go. Okay. Now I put a piece of twine through this. So I've got a piercing mat here. And I'm just going to lay these two on top of one another. And I'm going to use my take your pick tool just to poke a hole. Now, if you've got a really small hole punch, you could use that, but I don't. So just your take your pick tool works really well. And then you can just lay them. So put your twine, I've got linen thread here. I'm just going to put into that hole. There we go. And get them together. And I'm going to bring it to the front. And I'm going to tie a bow, I hope. Maybe not. Okay, let's try that again. There, that's better. You can make it whatever size you want it. Pull it tight. And then the other thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to just put a dimensional underneath to hold these apart like that. So just put it underneath there and then arrange the bells apart. Trim. Okay, so I've got that and that. All right, so then this is going to go on like that again with just a couple of dimensionals. I'm putting it over to the right-hand side. Okay, so now I'm going to grab a sentiment. So I'm going to use the sentiment that says, wishing you a Merry Christmas. And we're going to stamp that in real red. Now you could punch this out. You could use a die cut. I'm just going to use my paper snips and kind of cut around this sentiment. Like that. Again, some dimensionals. Go like this. See if I can get my twine. There we go. Twine. All right, so the last thing I want to add is these are the gingerbread and peppermint acrylic shapes. So you get all sorts of little shapes that you can use. And I'm going to use some little white dots, little white circles. There are 2 sizes. And there's another white one here. There we go. So use the putty end of your take your pick tool. Now I'm going to use just multi-purpose adhesive glue. So I'm just going to put little dots of glue. I'm using 3. I'll put 1 there. And again, take the putty end of your take your pick tool, pick this up, and just put it into the glue. And then you can use the pointy end just to kind of hold it in place till the glue starts to stick. Turn that over. There we go, flat. And just hold it in place. And the last one. These are great fun shapes. There. Isn't that a cute card? I can't wait to make some that look like gingerbread cookies. I guess these kind of look like cookies, but yeah, really fun. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you try it. And like I said, this catalog goes live August 3rd, so it's coming up really quickly that you're going to be able to get your hands on these products. If you have any questions as you're watching it, please post them underneath the video or on my blog. I'm happy to answer your questions if you weren't sure what I've done. And also don't forget the measurements and the written instructions for this card are on my blog. I hope you enjoyed it. I thank you so much for joining me today. If you haven't taken the time to subscribe to my YouTube channel, please do. That way you'll get notified when I post upcoming videos. Thanks everybody for joining me. Happy stamping. Bye.